It was basically, I think I would say, the brainchild of Kendall Tyre. And Kendall, Tyre, Don, Wade, myself, we were new to the legal community. Kendall and I both grew up in the Rochester area. But once we had graduated from law school, we came back and we started our corporate jobs working for Nixon Hargrave at the time. And we found that there was a real need for a community where Black legal professionals could come together. There were a few attorneys already here who were older and in private practice, and we were in a corporate practice. And so it was really just the need to kind of come together and have an outlet to address issues that were of concern to us.
At the time when we initially started, there was a partner here by the name of David Hoffberg who encouraged us to join the National Bar Association, just to go and check it out because he'd heard a lot of good things about it. And he was really interested in making sure that we had successful careers here at Nixon.
That conference was life-changing, and it was life-changing for several reasons. I mean, honestly, at the time, we were 25, 26, 27. We were pretty much new lawyers. So we went to the conference and we were like, whoa, this is interesting. And we learned something very important at the conference. There's business and then there's business. The business that is really everybody knows about, that happens during the day. And we were sleepy, but going to sleep was not an option. If we wanted to know more about the organization on a deeper level, and this was told to us, we needed to stay up late and to learn about it.
And that conference was really eye-opening. It gave us some real insight into what the legal profession was all about, the historical role that Black lawyers played in the communities in which they lived. And when we came back to Rochester, it was pretty clear that we needed to do something to really continue that legacy in the Rochester community. It was very clear that you could be a Black lawyer, a young Black lawyer, and not really have any insights or any contacts with others in the profession who had made it and who had come before you. So based on that acknowledgement, we formed the Rochester Black Bar Association.
So I think we went into it excited. We were, again, just young, energetic. We felt like the world was really, full of opportunities, and so why not do these things? And so that's what we did. So we worked. I remember working after hours. We would just get together. We were, putting in long hours at the firm anyway. And again, I'll give a lot of credit to Kendall. I think he was the driving force behind it. He did a lot of the, the paperwork and getting it all together. And, and we would just meet. We were good friends as well. And it just came easy. And, there were community issues that were at play that we wanted to have some impact on. And so we did it. And it was great. It was, I look back on those years fondly.
The RBBA, since its inception, has been very involved in promoting opportunities for attorneys of color to come together, share ideas, thoughts, and interests. It also has been a way of recognizing the achievements of African American attorneys. It also has provided a vehicle for African American attorneys to get involved with larger community issues. And I think many of those who have been involved over the years have benefited tremendously.
I think it's important, in law school we learn substantively what the law is. At our workplaces we learn practice. But I think it's in our bar associations across the board where we learn skills in terms of advocacy for organizations, advocacy for the law. We learn how to relate to other professionals. So they're important skills that we learn in bar associations as well. And RBBA has been one of the organizations that's been helpful to me while I've been here.
Back in 2009 when I first joined the RBBA again, the president at that time was Rashandra Jackson, now Rashandra Martin. She basically took me under her wing, brought me in, and just to understand the landscape of being a minority attorney, you have not only, and being an attorney is challenging, being a minority attorney provides a different layer of challenge. And at that time, she took me in and she mentored me, and the different people in the association at that time were so welcoming, and they took me in. There was Paul Richardson, Sheila Gaddis, Connie Walker, Lamar Jackson. I mean, these are seasoned veteran attorneys that when they see a new attorney, they bring you in, they embrace you, and they teach you basically the tricks of the game.
We tend to think of lawyers in a limited sense, unfortunately, that, they're going to courts and so forth, but there are so many parts to the law and so many things that you can do with a law degree. We have teachers, we have, in our history here in Monroe County, poets, we have musicians, we have a multiplicity, scientists, all of this within that law structure that we do have.
Outside of making and being an organization that supports attorneys of color, for many, many years they've provided scholarships to students that wanted to go into practice law. They have made connections with other business associations as well as bar associations, and becoming a place where you can network and develop relationship and partnerships with other individuals that's not just in the legal profession but in other professions. They have also been a resource for people that are looking for attorneys that practice certain types of law, and I think that is important as well. So it's been a holistic organization that helps people not only that are attorneys, but also those that are looking to become attorneys, and those that are looking to hire an attorney, and has been a resource for them.
The Rochester Black Bar Association has always seen the education of its members in the larger community as a vital facet of its mission. And the RBBA has always provided CLEs, continuing legal education, opportunities for its members in the larger community. It has also partnered with other bar associations to provide some of those CLE opportunities. And the RBBA has also always been involved with the larger community, providing ways to better the community, either through education or computers in the classroom, or informing those with little legal knowledge of their rights. These are some of the things that meant a lot to the RBBA since its very inception, and will continue to be important to the RBBA.
What I'm proud of today is really the young lawyers that are carrying on and also are meeting, being involved in the community and political issues, also carry on a tradition of meeting, exchanging ideas, talking about opportunities in law as far as becoming judges, which we need, and also involvement in many ways. And what you have is really a mixture of those lawyers that are in private practice, those with corporations, and you have a good exchange among us.
In terms of me, I can say with absolute certainty that had those three young black lawyers and other lawyers like T. Andrew Brown, Judge King, and some of the older lawyers not been here, along with those young lawyers who started RBBA, I know for a fact that I would not have seen Rochester as a place where I could practice. So I say to young associates from larger cities, sometimes you have to think about smaller cities and what they may have to offer. And I think I've been able to advance in my career more here than I probably would have if I'd gone back home to New York City as well. So I've grown. It's been central to my life, and that's why I continue to give back and continue to grow myself from being a member.
I think that it's important to never forget where we came from, never forget what we've been through, never forget why this organization was started, and to keep fighting for leveling the playing field. I believe a couple years ago the theme was lift as we climb, and that is so important because as you're moving up, you have to always reach back, and I think that we as an organization we cannot lose sight of the fact that there is a whole generation that's coming behind us, and we're paving the way, and we're breaking down barriers, and we're opening the door, and we cannot allow those doors to shut while we're in power or while we're making a way for ourselves. Let's shatter the glass ceiling and keep doing what we need to do.
Moving forward in the future, I see RBBA really being a change agent in Rochester, in Monroe County and beyond, really fighting for not only for rights of Black attorneys, but just for the minority community as a whole. I really see RBBA really making that impact and really ingraining itself in the Rochester community in a way that has never been done before. The one thing I love about RBBA is that the members and the people, especially in the executive board, do not shy away from a challenge. If there's a need in Rochester, if there's something that's lacking, if there's any kind of injustice, our members really take up the banner and really are committed to fighting for what is right.
First of all, thank you so much for coming out to support RBBA. We appreciate the relationships that we've had with you through the years, and we are looking forward to continued relationships with you, to continue support from you, and to working with you. Happy 20th birthday, RBBA. I'm so proud of you. I've grown with you. I will continue to grow with you. And of course, you know, I'm family. So from the Turners, who are an RBBA couple, happy birthday, and thank you all for coming.
I want to wish the Rochester Black Bar Association a happy 20 years and many, many years more of success.
I would just like to wish the Rochester Black Bar Association a happy 20th year anniversary, and here is to many, many more years in the Rochester community making a difference.
Happy 20th anniversary. I feel so old. And here's to another 20 more, at least. How about 120 more?
I'd like to wish the RBBA and its membership a happy 20th anniversary. I applaud all of the members of the RBBA for your individual contributions and the RBBA as an entity for all that it has done, not only for the members of the RBBA, but for the larger community. We are all better for your efforts.
My congratulations to what they are doing, to the president-elected officers. I encourage them as I celebrate my 78th birthday and also to make use of all of those around us that have been here to move forward with whatever programs that they see fit.
Well, I'd just like to wish the RBBA congratulations on a job well done for the past 20 years. I'm very happy to have been a part of it, and I look forward to contributing in years to come.
I do wish the organization a very, very happy anniversary. It is incredible that it's maintained and that it is succeeding and that it is flourishing, and I commend all those people who, after sort of we moved away, took up the mantle and just progressed it even forward. And I encourage RBBA to remain involved, to remain committed, to be that voice that oftentimes our community doesn't have, to use those connections you have in your corporate settings and in your private settings and to make a difference, to I like to say, make people uncomfortable in a sense, because people shouldn't be comfortable with the status quo. And you're always sort of pushing that envelope to make a difference and to make a meaningful difference in the lives of the constituents of the city. So I encourage you to continue to do what you're doing. And here's to another 20 years, 25, 50 years hence.